Computer. Alrighty. So hello and welcome everybody. This is a pre-recorded show, so when you watch it, we're saying hi in the moment. I have with me today the incredible Georgia, and we met. So Georgia, we met at what was the event? Can you remind me?
It was like a bit of a Latin fiesta party, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if there was a theme to it, but it was just, I don't know, it was just like a Latin fiesta. And we met
something, yeah.
Yeah. And I think I was sitting near your table, and I was with one friend, you were with another friend, and I'm like, we should all be friends.
And we did, and so you and your friend came across and you sat with us, and we just had the most amazing night, didn't we?
We had so much chats, and then we were dancing, and it was so good. It was so good. I'm so glad we got that in before all of this happened.
I know. That was really the last time I went out and had fun. Was that?
Yeah, exact same. Yeah, it was kind of like maybe a week later that we started to get a bit more serious and like, okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't on my mind that night though, not at all.
No. I think for me, definitely, I don't know if it was the same for you, but I felt like at that time, like we were aware of the whole coronavirus thing going on, but it just hadn't impacted Australia yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I feel like I just was hearing things on the news and a bit of Instagram kind of, stuff like that. And I wasn't so super plugged in. And at that stage I was like, oh yeah, okay. Like there's a thing happening, but it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it's changed.
Yeah. So that's actually a really good segue, because my intention for our conversation today is because I see you as you have such an influence in your community and just in the community in general. Like you do your Zumba dances, which I'm going to get you to talk about soon. And I know that you are the queen or one of the queens of Doterra essential oils, which I really want you to talk about as well. And if I remember correctly, did you tell me you were studying nutrition or music or?
Actually, yeah, very close. I was doing music therapy. So I finished my master's last year. So I'm officially like a registered music therapist. But of course, that's another thing that's sort of changed at the moment because of what's happening like job-wise. But I do feel like even though I might not be necessarily in that job right now, like, man, like the music therapy impacts me every day. Like I'm doing it for myself, I think now. Yeah.
Well, we're definitely going to touch on that because so everybody's now isolated in the sense of we're not really able to socialize the way that we used to socialize. And I know you're doing a lot of stuff online to bring people together. So maybe let's start with, can you tell us a little bit about what you are doing right now? So maybe specifically since isolation started, just tell us about your day and what you're doing.
Yeah, cool. Well, like my life hasn't changed a lot, but it sort of has. So like there was already some things I was doing from home on my days off anyway. So now it's like, oh, I've got all this more time to do these things. But yeah, I was working 2 days a week at an aged care, doing music therapy, but that was kind of like probably, as people can understand, that was probably one of the first jobs to be like, okay, everyone get out of the aged care. We don't need you here. So I have been thinking about trying to do something online for that, but my priorities right now are definitely more centered around teaching. Like I just can't stop teaching about doTERRA, the essential oils, which I've got a couple with me now, always in the zone with them. But basically, like before all of this, I was teaching. So I have a doTERRA business, and I was teaching face-to-face classes, and I love the face-to-face element of it, and just getting into people's homes, and just meeting people through a shared love of like trying to empower themselves with solutions at your fingertips, as opposed to just, I don't know, there's more complications in other areas, but I loved connecting with people through this, and it became a bit of a community. And so when all this started happening, I was cancelling my classes, and I was like, just feeling so down. I'm like, I can't teach essential oils anymore. Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And then so silly, I can't even believe what that thought went to my mind. So now I'm teaching online, and it's actually really fun. I'm like, why didn't I do this earlier? Like, I come out after a class, I come out to my family. I'm like, that was really fun. I think it's because it's just like, as you mentioned, there's a bit less social contact, or a lot less social contact now. And so just getting that 45 minutes a 45-minute oils education class with people sort of sharing their tips and me sharing what I love and how it's helped me and how it might help others. It's just like a really relaxed environment, and people are in the comfort of their own home, in their pajamas. Like, there's no barriers to coming to a physical class now.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm actually able to reach more people.
Yeah.
And I don't have to clean the house. I don't even have to get dressed. Like, don't have to look nice. So yeah, that's been really fun. So I've been doing at least one of those a week, maybe.
Have you noticed at all that, and I love that you were able to like shift your mind from, oh my God, I lost this access, to what the hell do I do now? And you've come up with a new strategy or a new solution. When you are doing your online classes, do you find that it's a different sense of connection? Do you feel like there's still connection? And can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Because that's the thing. I really, to be honest, like when one of my business, a lady in our business, she said to me, let's do online calls. And I immediately was like thinking, it's not going to work. Like, I'm not going to lie. My mind straight away was like, not me. Yeah. I wasn't going to tap out, but I'm like, not interested. But what you get online, I think it's just like maybe people's barriers. Like, maybe people have a guard up when you're in person a little bit, and it takes a bit longer for that to drop. Yeah. But in the online format, people are already, they're in their home, they've got like a cup of tea and they're just chilling out. And I think that relaxes me, that they seem relaxed.
Yeah.
And like, people are less afraid to also say something. Yeah. Like, I might be talking about, okay, like lemon is really good for this. And someone will be like, oh, can I just say something? Like, lemon's really good for this. And I'm like thinking, I never would have expected you to say anything, but thank you. Like, I think people are just more relaxed online. And maybe as well, the difference is that people have a bit more time and they're a bit more patient and a bit more open-minded to learning about this stuff right now. So I feel like there's a bit more ability to receive and listen, and that's what I feel. That's from my perspective. But I am teaching Zumba online as well, and that's been fun too. Different connection, but because it's less education, it's more like I'm moving around dancing, but people are still moving. Like, I just love that like people don't just go, oh, well, we're online now, I'm going to start working out. It's like, they're still shaking, and it might be like 2 seconds delay, but they're open to that. They're like, this is the only time in my day where I'm not sitting down, and it's fun seeing other people work out. Yeah.
I absolutely love that. And I love the idea of the fact that, I'm getting, this is where you're pointing at as well. It's like people are now more relaxed because we're not running around meeting all these deadlines and requirements, having to get dressed and yada, yada, yada. So it's almost like I can just turn up, be me, and let's just see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Is that what you're finding?
Yes. Oh, that was so good. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
So do we agree then that the connection can be even better?
Yeah, I reckon that just gave me shivers, actually. Like, I think you just nailed that, because I didn't think I've been able to reflect on what it was, but that's like perfectly in a box. People just show up as themselves. They don't have to think too much. Like, I might have invited them a week before, and then I, remind them the day before, but they don't have to think about, oh yeah, well, I've got to get to Georgia's class, and so it means I have to wake up at this time and put this clothes on and then drive here, and then I've got to go pick up this and blah, blah, blah. Like, it seems like a big effort to get to a class. Yeah. Like, I'm reflecting now on the way I used to do them. And look, I still will when all this is over, but the online format, even I, maybe because I'm more relaxed, I don't have as much of a bit of a, people are here at my house, like, is everything okay? Like, now it's just like, I'm just in my bedroom. Parents are out there. They don't have to leave the house. Like, everyone's, just themselves. And that's what I always want more of, people just being like unashamedly them.
Yeah, that's amazing. And do you know what, Georgia? I think you give people the permission to do that. You give people the permission to turn up and just be them. And I want to share a specific experience for me. When I joined one of your doTERRA classes, and you were in your bathroom. Yeah. You were in your very nice bathroom, but seeing you there, I mean, I don't even think I was on video. I don't know that you could see me most of the time because I was cooking at the time, but that was my first experience where I thought, this amazing girl is giving us everything she has from her bathroom. Like, it made me feel like it actually really shifted my thinking. And I thought, if she has the courage to be this comfortable in front of us, why can't I do the same thing? So I really want, I know I haven't told you this.
Thank you. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I think you do that for a lot of people. And I really admire that about you. I admire how comfortable, even if you're not, I love how you turn up in, I'm just going to face whatever I've got and I'm going to give you guys as real as I can be right now. And that really helps, because you mentioned before that people put their guards down and that you've noticed that. And I ultimately think that has a lot to do with you, Georgia. So,
wow, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad you felt that way. Umbra was like searching for good lighting. You know, what you just said about like, I'm just going to see how it goes. I feel like that's the mentality that I had to have when I started doing this, because I think I heard something like done is better than perfect, like doing something better than perfect. Because for so long, like in terms of, I'm a musician, we don't need to touch on that today, but I'm a musician and I feel like I used to let that perfectionism get in the way of me actually doing anything with my music. It was always like, no, it's not perfect. Never share it. Whereas with Doterra, it's like, well, I need to share this because it's important, and how I share it maybe doesn't matter as much, but I just need to get it out there. And that's helped me push past the fears and the doubts. And once you just do it, like what you find hard today won't be hard tomorrow. Just keep going.
Amazing. This is like off like questions that I was going, but I have to touch on this because I just feel like let's just go with an organic flow here. You just mentioned fear. So that fear that holds you back and you're like, well, I just got to push through that because tomorrow the fear will be lessened, or it will be a different kind of fear. I was listening to this podcast and the guy was asking this man a question about what do you say to people who feel so fearful of like going for what they want or doing what they think they really want to do. And he said, everyone feels fear. It's up to you to decide what's more important. Is your feeling of safety, or is it your message? And he said, I've just got goosebumps as well, but he said this incredible example, and he used a child as an example. But for people who don't have children, if you can think of one person that is the most important person, the most loved person in your life, if they were on the road in front of a car that was charging at them, would you think in that moment, oh my God, what about me? Or would you literally not even think and just go and save them? And that's fear. That is real fear. Like you could both die, right? But in that moment, you don't even entertain that thought because you're like, this thing is so much more important than any of my own bullshit fears right now.
Absolutely. Wow. Like the benefit outweighs the negative or the fear. Like, I think that's so true. Like there's those quotes of, you feel the fear and you do it anyway. Like there's definitely things in my life that, like some people might joke and say like, oh, Georgia, you are scared of things. I'm like, okay, yeah. Like maybe my heart stops every time, like, you know, a light turns off. I'm like, where'd that come from? Like that fear. Okay. I do get scared easily and those sort of things. But if it's like scared to talk to someone, but you know the benefits are going to be better, then just go and do it anyway. Like go and say hello, or go and start the conversation, or invite someone to a class, because like it's better that you ask them than you don't. And you're too scared. Like, it's just so true. I agree with that.
So true. And I love that. And I think for some people out there, it's totally fine to be like, you know, I feel the fear and I do it anyway. And unfortunately, what I don't want happening, and I know you don't want this either, is for the people out there that maybe don't have that skill, that they don't practice. And so fear really governs them. And they might look at a conversation like this and be like, well, it's easy for you to say you're confident or you're beautiful or you know what you're talking about. So because we know that's not what it's about. So let's just put all that shit aside. You and I'll go first. Everything scares me. Like everything scares me. And sometimes things that I've done so much still scare me. There's that new element of like, I know my heart's beating really fast and I know I'm getting anxious. But what do I do in that moment? And it's not about it's going to get less scary or you're not going to get scared anymore. That's not, you're always going to be scared for the rest of your life. The idea is like to build that muscle that says, yeah, I am so scared right now. And I know from previous experience, every other time I've been scared and I've taken action anyway, I've literally always been fine and be like, what was I even scared of? So
true.
That's what we're talking about, isn't it, Georgia?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's right. Like, it's like you're exercising that muscle. Like a classic example was like when I wanted to start salsa dancing, I put it off for like 2 years because no one wanted to come with me. And I was like, oh yeah, like, oh, do you want to come? Oh, no one wants to come. Okay, I won't go. And then it was like, Georgia, what are you doing? You're missing out on something that could be really fun. And I remember driving there on my own. Like I drove because I thought if I drive, I can at least leave whenever I need, like safety net. Because I was driving, I wasn't drinking either. So it was like, okay, drive there. And then there's that fear constantly in my head, Georgia, you look like a loser. People probably think you like have no friends, like you're on your own. And I used to think, oh gosh, like I could easily have left. But I almost was like, no, I've got to exercise this muscle. I needed to remind it that it's going to be okay. And it would happen every week. I'd get there, I'd walk in on my own with my drink bottle, like, and then it'll be fine. It'd be the best night ever. And then it'd happen again. And then it does get a little bit easier. But because you're like, remember I had the best night last week. And you can relate it to lots of things. But yeah, I think you're right. Like, it's not that it goes. I think it's just like what you just said though, having the awareness of the fear is there even. That helps. Like, oh gosh, okay, I feel scared right now. How am I gonna what's the next step? What's the next
It's okay. Like why are we trying to not feel scared? I feel like that fear actually, if we decide that fear means this is really exciting to me. Like this is important for me. And that is why I feel such strong emotions. And maybe it's not fear. Maybe I'm really excited. And maybe, because it's so hard to identify the difference between exciting and anxious because our body reacts the exact same way physiologically. It's what we make it mean.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, it's like the meaning we give it.
Yeah. So one thing I've done, and I don't know if this is helpful for anybody, but when I feel my heart's beating a lot faster or I'm just feeling the jittery feeling, I literally say to myself, whereas before I used to say, oh my God, I'm so scared. Why am I so scared? Maybe this is a bad idea. I now say, oh my God, I have so much energy about this and my body is getting excited. I'm going to use this with whatever I'm doing.
Yes. That's good, isn't it? Like, yeah, because I feel like if you just look at the fear and you go, okay, yeah, it's there, but like, because if you're not really scared about something, maybe you don't care as much.
Well, think about it. When you feel no sense of like anticipation or no excitement or even no anxiety, like
neutral.
It's neutral. It's like, so really it doesn't make you feel anything. Yeah,
totally true. Yeah, I must admit sometimes if I feel like I've got that feeling for something but I know I want to be on my like A game, I might even just do a few star jumps and push-ups and like get into the zone and put some music on and ready to do
that. That's such an amazing technique. That is such an amazing technique. So like it's like getting yourself into a state of high energy because that's the energy you need to bring to the table with whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it might be like in some contexts, like that energy of mine isn't needed. Like it might not be good in that sense, in that context, but in some contexts it's like, no, like what you just said, like I could become complacent on the way I teach these online classes. Like yeah, I've done it before. Let's just do it, whatever. Yeah. Like that just shows like no care or passion, but it might have just been a long day, like that long day at home in isolation. Well, a bit like, it's like, no, this is a really good thing. Like let's get back that energy that I want to give to people. And I do find that any kind of dancing or movement or music really helps with my energy. Like, yeah.
So this is perfect. So tell people about 2 or 3 things that you do every single day religiously that you feel have formed the basis, like no matter what is happening in the world, these are the things
Yeah.
that I'm doing today, but that are also a way of caring for yourself.
Yeah, that's really cool. I liked how you said, like, what are a few things that are religiously like in your life, because I'm not so much of a schedule person as I used to be, but there's some things that I just need to make time for in my day. It doesn't matter when I do it, but I need them. And I think that works better for me.
Yeah.
Now. So I'm less good, but I know what I need to have.
Yeah.
Well, definitely the oils, definitely. Dancing or movement, like, and playing, like, if I had to say gratitude for something, it'd be Spotify, oil. And I mean, I'm not an expert in nutrition or dietetics, so I can't like make too much of a statement on this, but I do have a plant-based diet, and I would say that helps. Yeah. So, but to touch on the first two, like music, movement, oils, like I find them just a really big vibration raiser or something. Yeah. Like, I think what it is, it comes down to mood. So in music therapy, for example, it's not as simple as me playing a song for someone else and going, hey, this is what I like. You'll like this too. Like, I play it for them. It's more about like knowing where you're at or where that person's at, and then getting them to like have more, myself, having more awareness for how I feel. Because if I'm not aware of how I feel, well, then I feel like I just zombie through my day, just do the things. But if I'm aware of how I feel, good or bad, I feel like I know what action I want to take to like improve it or to be. So like I wake up in the morning and I like to diffuse something, and it could be, it's not a random thing. It's not like bam, bam, bam. It's like, no, that's not my vibe. I want to feel like this. Like at the moment I'm going for something joyful, like citrus, but I also need something comforting, because still what's going on in this world, like I need a little bit of a hug. Yeah. So I'm not all like joy, but joy and something comforting. And I'm very intentional with how I pick them, because I want to go, well, I woke up feeling a bit but I don't want to feel like that for the rest of my day. So let's put some oils on. So that's diffusing. And then when I get out of the shower, I usually massage myself with oils as well, but that's another thing. But then music, like I play music when I'm in the shower, and I don't just pick anything. I'm like, okay, I'm very, very strategic with this, actually.
I like that.
Do I want my fave grooves playlist? Do I want that dancing playlist? Or do I just want like Ziggy Albert's, something folky and relaxing to wake up to? And I'm very like, no, don't want that. All right. Yep. Okay. And then it just helps me. I know, I feel like I have to stop it. It just helps me, remind me to think about how I'm feeling. Yeah. And then I got that. Because I think in the past, I'd just be like, well, I feel like this. And that's how I feel. Bam, bam, bam. Doing the rest of my day. And yeah, you feel a bit out of control. Like this feels like I'm controlling something when we don't have much control right now.
I love that. There's so much goodness in everything that you said right now. The few things that I really want to highlight is number one, you bring awareness to how you feel, and you accept that. You validate that and you accept it. And I think then, and tell me if I'm wrong, but then it's like, okay, great, this is how I feel now, and that's okay. How do I want to feel next? And you're really strategic about how you're going to help yourself get there.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. I think that's it. Like pinpointing how you're feeling, like you might not even be able to actually put a word on it, but you can just go, okay, that's what I'm feeling. And the acceptance means that you can move on. Because if I'm not accepting it, then I'm just like stuck. Well, I'm helpless and nothing I can do about it. Blah, blah, blah. But like, I think maybe the thing that also helps me is that I know what is going to help me through it. So it is like essential oils, the doTERRA oils. And then like, I just know that if I'm down a dance, like Zumba, or even just freestyle dancing, putting music on in my bathroom, it really does lift you. Like I'm really loving that on Instagram. I'm noticing more people at home are actually dancing more. Yeah. And people give less of a shit about it. And I'm like, yes, like that's how it should be. But just flow.
Yeah. So two things there that people can take away is find your thing that you know whether something that you already know works, or
Yeah.
you are going to start playing with something new, like maybe essential oils, maybe some different kind of dancing, maybe just dancing in general.
Music, yeah. Spotify playlists, make a playlist. Yeah. But yeah, finding what works for you.
I love that.
Yeah. And that can take time. It's taking me time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so second to the last thing that I want to touch on is, so some people might be feeling really isolated. Some people might be feeling really lonely. I mean, not everyone is maybe doing or has any idea about how to connect with other people. And I know that you've had success in connecting with people. So what is one thing that you think people could try or think about to help bring them closer to someone?
Totally. I think just remember, like, there's like a few things I want to touch on this part, but like, one is that you really are not alone. Like, there could be someone that you could, just one person that you could share your morning coffee with, or someone you can share your breakfast with. Like, I know like a couple of my friends, we just occasionally like, all right, I'll meet you at like 10 a.m. and we'll have a coffee together. But it's like online. Or someone maybe like a grandparent, you know, is maybe perhaps more lonely, like give them a call if you can. Doesn't even have to be FaceTime, but it is nice to see people's faces.
Yeah.
Like that is, I just feel like people could try and remember that there really is at least one person in your life that you can connect with, that it just might shift your day, like even like once a day or once every couple of days, have a 20-minute or half an hour chat with someone. Make this time to like reconnect with people. I mean, I use Zoom, but you could just use the Facebook app or just a phone call, or even maybe write a letter. Like, I've been out here doing some drawing. I'm not a drawer, by the way, like not creative at all in that sense. Like, I don't know how to draw, but it's just fun, you know, just like doing some drawing. And then I'd love to send those letters to, like, send them to people. Like, who doesn't love an old fashioned getting something out of the day? Like maybe like that, because you feel like someone's put effort in for you. Maybe make a little gift or something. Send it to them. That could be really nice. But if you want something else, like maybe even actually two things. Like, for example, I'm running classes online, and you could find people that are running classes online where you can see other people's faces.
Yeah.
Or like, I know on Instagram there's a lot of people doing live concerts, and you can see other people watching the concerts with you, and it's like, we're all in this. We're all at home. Like, I think it's good to know you're not alone in this. Like, most of us are at home, and most of our lives have been affected in some way or another. So it kind of makes the situation a little better. And look, I can't wait to hug my friends, but I just know that there are ways we can stay connected. And the online format is really cozy, because you just are in your backyard or in your bathroom, you know, doing stuff to make them part of your day.
What was that last bit?
Just make people part of your day, of your daily rituals or something.
Absolutely love that.
Yeah. And when you go to bed, maybe call someone.
Yeah, I love that. I love the idea, because something that I've been doing is every few nights we'll call everybody in our family, and we're all wherever we live, but we're all on the same WhatsApp call, and WhatsApp just cuts the screen and you're all there. Yeah, so it's actually been almost as good as being in person. It's been so fun.
So good. And honestly, like, I don't know, maybe right now is a good time. Like, I feel like we can reach people more. Like, I probably didn't call or even catch up with my friends as much as I did now. Like, you know, like maybe people have more time on their hands. So use this time to have some good chats with people. Or
that's awesome.
You can even just point out the obvious. Look, this is different. This is weird, but like, let's just try and make it as normal as possible. Grab a drink, grab some snacks, like, get comfy, dress up if you want. Like,
I love that. Yeah. My neighbours actually, so I live in an apartment building, and there's an apartment building right outside my balcony. And the people on the same level as me, this couple, the other night they made dinner together. She put on a beautiful dress, and he put on a really nice outfit, and they had a romantic dinner on their balcony. It was so sweet.
Oh, that is so nice.
So maybe that's an idea as well. Like, make something extra special that you normally wouldn't do.
So true. Actually, I did see a video where these two little, like a family of four in like England or something, these two kids wanted to go out for dinner. So the parents like got the kids all dressed up, and then they made a restaurant at home and they brought the kids and they're like, what would you guys like to eat today? You've got dad in the kitchen cooking nachos and hot dogs or something. They tried to, and it just made it a bit of a novelty, like an experience.
I really feel like this is such a great time for all of us to exercise our creativity and amazing.
Think outside the box. Just try something new, like a different way of connecting. Yeah, I reckon no one ever thought we could teach Zumba online, but the amount of people that are doing it, it's like, we should do this more often. Like, again, people are more relaxed about doing Zumba. Maybe they were scared to come to a class.
Yeah.
Like, we just have to be open to trying, or else you just get content with the way things are.
Exactly.
Just try different ways. Yeah.
Love it. And as we wrap up today, what is one thing that you would love to leave the audience with? Maybe it's a thought, maybe it's a quote, maybe it's a tip, whatever. Just one thing we can leave them with.
Okay. So many things there. But I think this is like even advice to myself right now. So I feel like that's sometimes good. Like, I'd say things because I know I need to remember it. Like, we are the most important person in our life right now. Like, you are. So just make sure you're, I feel like it's so easy right now to be plugged into the news and plugged into Instagram and reading and taking all this stuff. Even people, your friends might say, oh, apparently this, apparently that. News is always changing, and just don't take everything too personally and too seriously, or stay informed. Yes, it's smart to be informed, but just look after yourself. It's okay to also plug out, like tune in a little bit, maybe be very intentional as to when you do tune in. Like, is your mental health okay to tune in right now to what the latest news is? But just go and do your own life. Keep trying doing what you can do, and without all that interference, because I know that I find that I've been sleeping weirder and having crazy dreams, and I think it's because of, the news and stuff that I'm taking in, but I can't even believe some of it, and I shouldn't believe all of it, and take it as a grain of salt, and just remember to also look after yourself. You're the most important person, so make a meeting with yourself every day to do something that relaxes you or something that you love, and just, nurture yourself so much.
I love
You're so important.
Thank you so much. This has been amazing. I really want to do this with you again in the future.
And same with you, Amila. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So much.
Thank you for bringing your heart and your soul and all of you to this call, and I'll chat with you soon, beautiful.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for letting me come and chat with you. I love your podcasts. I can't wait to tell my brother that I just had a chat with you. He loves your podcast.
I'll send you this recording as well once it downloads on my computer.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much. See ya. Have a good day.
Bye. Bye. Bye.